Howdy ho people, I don't know, it's your resident blonde Asian, and today I'm going to use Deco Whip to decorate my Switch 2 dock faceplate cover. Now, I'm not a super duper professional, but it actually turned out pretty cute. So this is just how I did it. I did a basket weave. Now, the first thing I'm doing here is laying all the vertical lines. I marked everything off ahead of time so they were all equidistant. I just traced the dot cover and folded it in half a bunch of times. But yeah, so the first thing I'm gonna do is lay not all the vertical lines, actually just the one. See, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm doing, but I remember vague things. But okay, slowly going. I'm very cautious. This is my first time doing it this way. And it doesn't actually look that great, but it did turn out okay, and you'll see why in hopefully a moment. That was really slow. But I was really satisfied with that one vertical line because it could have been way worse. And then I'm taking the Deco Whip that's supposed to go horizontally, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's not that it's hard. You just have to use your noodle a little bit. See, I'm really doubting myself because apparently I don't have the confidence. Like right now I'm thinking, oh, do I bring it all the way over here? Do I do it over there? See, I'm thinking. I'm rotating. I've also never done videos like this, but it seems fine. Okay, so I decided where to start from, and I'm slowly, like molasses, I'm just going across, trying to be as straight as okay, well there's some stuff dangling there, but I think I'm pretty sure I clean it up later because I'm so focused. You'll see me reaching over. I'm actually wiping off the tip. You can't see it from this POV, but there's actually line texture to the piping tip. Okay, so now this is probably, I would say this is the second hardest part. The hardest part one is making sure you get your vertical line actually vertical. Second hardest part is knowing how far apart to place your lines so you don't screw yourself later. Okay, because if you put them too close together, then you're just putting whip on top of whip, and then it could bleed into each other. Remember, this isn't like frosting. I think frosting could bleed into itself. But anyway, yeah, I was trying to mentally measure what made sense, because I wanted to have space in between the lines, and you will see why in a little more than a moment. So I'm there, I'm trying to measure it, and I'm just piping my little heart out. See, it's getting better. I'm getting more confidence. I'm proud of myself. We're going. This video might seem like it's long already, but it was actually longer because I get distracted a lot. And my boyfriend got these new headphones. I don't know what they're called, but they make it sound like you're in the room with the recording artist, so I got sidetracked a lot. I wasn't sidetracked yet. I'm just working really slowly, but that's why you'll see there are cuts in the video. Okay. Pretty neat. Oh, description. Now, I was very aware of this little notch hole thing there, that notch is there, that cutout. So you could see if your switch is on, I think. It's something for a light, I'm sure. See, it's coming out okay. I'm doing okay. I did good. All right, next vertical line. Apparently I'm taking it from the bottom to the top. nowhere else to go. Okay, go. So as I continued doing this, I noticed it was very hard to just kind of squeeze and pipe fluidly because you want to get like the thickness right, because again, it's not icing. And I didn't want to stretch the line, so I was kind of like, it's not quite a feed and bleed, but it's more like a squeeze and are you okay? Okay, so here's the next part of the piping. So to make it look like weaving, the space that I left in between before, that's where I lay the crosser over horizontal piping that pairs with the second vertical line. I'm like being super duper cautious because deco whips are infamous for shrinking, and even though this one was sold to me as it doesn't shrink, I still like didn't believe it. So I'm taking the time to make sure that my pink deco whip is making contact with the white deco whip and kind of like, you know what I mean? Like adhering to it so that if it did shrink, at least they'd be connected. I don't know science. That's okay. But here you could kind of like medium see the basket whip. The deco, what? You could kind of see the basket weave start to form. Now here's an FYI. I thought I ordered the right amount of supplies. I did practice. And I actually wanted to do it the opposite way, where the vertical lines were pink and everything else was white. But then I realized I didn't have enough whip. And I ended up doing it this way. And I swear, it actually comes out really cute. Okay, so now we're on to the third vertical line. Let's go. I'm working from the bottom up again. And it looks like I'm being like really cautious because I'm really lifting up my hands because I'm so paranoid I'm gonna like erase what I did with my wrist and then my sweatshirt's ruined. Okay. So then I repeat the same thing that I did for row 1 while connecting to the second vertical line, if that makes sense. I'm taking my time. This is not the Indy 500. I just want my switch dock to look cute. Okay. Now here you could kind of see what I mean about making sure, like when you lay those initial lines, whether they be vertical or horizontal, my friends, you want to make sure you have enough space in between because you don't want to be like fighting with it and then the deco whip is sticking to the top and you're already dealing with like cloggy McClog issues and you don't want it to get all boogery. So take your time, especially if you don't know if you have enough whip or not. I thought I did and then I didn't, but then I did this, so it worked out. Okay, looking good. Everything's looking pretty neat. Okay, cool. I rotated it. And that's the other thing. So even if you have like a craft space that you're able to just like do whatever on, I always put projects like this on something so I could like swivel them around. You know, could you imagine like having like a gaming chair that doesn't swivel? Like that's why I put it on a surface I could just rotate around. It looks like I made a boo-boo. I don't know how I made that boo-boo, but I think I didn't worry about it. Yeah, I totally made it. Nope, kind of. I didn't worry about it because as I follow the pattern, right, I realized that I'll be able to cover it up. What is going on? Why am I struggling with this bag? Okay. Taking my time. Looking good. Little blurry camera action, whatever. I've never really done this before, and I was using all the available technology that I had for myself to do this. So I'm sorry if things look shaky or you can't quite see what I'm doing, but you get the idea. Like, I wish I could do those, like, perfect, like, Martha Stewart instructional videos, but I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Oh, okay, so that's my boyfriend. He's taking pictures for me for my blog, thecuteeffect.com. And I don't think he realized he was in the line of sight of the video, but he's clearly very appreciated. And everything here again just looks pretty good, in my opinion. You could think it's terrible, but if you think it's terrible, then why are you watching this video? Okay, finished. Oh, now we're on to 1, 2, 3, the 5th vertical line. Now I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pretty confident. I will tell you, make sure you wipe your tips. Like, I already said that like maybe 3 or 4 times, but I'm saying it again because I was doing it a lot. And I'm glad I did. Okay, come on. Bring it home. Bring it home. Yes. So when you're doing the vertical lines also, I'm like kind of like lifting and laying the vertical line on top of the ends of the little tiny horizontal lines, just so, like, to flatten it out. Just like a basket. So yeah, that's something you can do. Alright. I think part of the reason too that I'm struggling a little bit, like, as you can see, every time I pipe a line, my bag of whip is deflating. Which, by the way, this whipped cream was actually amazing. Sorry, that was a burp. Sorry, that was a burp again. I'm not sure if because this is like a pearly kind of whip that it just handled differently, but I really enjoyed using it. And once it cures or dries, like, what you see is what you get. Pretty much. Like, it's nothing too drastic or anything. Okay. So it's business as usual, and you start to see the basket we've, form. The whole time I was like telling myself, don't sneeze because you'll ruin it. Which sounds kind of rude, but I didn't want to ruin it. Like, I came this far. Like, really, I came this far at this point. It would have really sucked if I had to start over. And what a waste. That would have been a lot of whip. You should practice ahead of time, by the way. I did some, like, practice projects just to get used to, like, holding the bag. And I wanted to see, like, did the whip do different things? So we are what? On which line? The 6th line. But I wanted to make sure that, it wasn't too hard to squeeze. I wasn't sure how much flexibility I had with the time. Like, so I just wanted to get used to it. So even though this is, like, my first time, like, trying to do this properly, just understanding the product you're working with is half the battle. As you can see, my tip is clogged. Oh, magic. It looks like I switched to a pink whip. And I'm telling you this right now, there is no shame in saying, oh, wait a second, let me think. Am I working this way or that way? Oh, looks like I got like a fuzzy fuzz stuck in there because I got the tweezers out. Okay. Ain't no big deal. Just keep on moving. But there is no shame in, like, taking a moment to yourself and saying, okay, am I doing this right? Did I do the right thing? You can take all the time you want. You're doing this. All right. Cool. wondering if at this point I was getting a little nervous that I was running out. It's so much easier to squeeze a full bag than a not full bag. Oh yeah, my lines are getting a little shorter, so I must be concerned. Remember, unclog your tips, wipe them off. You just need a paper towel. That's my nose. This is not AI. My eyelashes look longer than I thought, but they're not very long. Or they're straight. Okay, this is the final vertical line. Okay, just take it from the bottom to the top. That seems to work the best for me for some reason. Not sure why. But I went with it. I mean, I guess this is more of a narration than a how-to, although I never claimed that this was going to be a how-to. Oh, I'm like relieved again. Okay, so this is where I think I got like a little bit maybe arrogant, if you will. Just clean that up later, don't worry about it. Just clean it up later. Okay, I do remember at this point, I think I did cut out the long pause, but I was like, wait a second, did I grab the wrong bag of pink? Because this pink looks like more vibrant than that pink. But it was because the earlier half, the left side, was already drying. Okay. See, I'm working faster. I got a new bag. It's easier to squeeze. It's my main squeeze. But I'm not really paying as close attention to what I'm doing because I got like maybe a little overconfident, but you need confidence to do this because then you'll mess it up for sure. Not unless you just have really steady hands, but yeah. So I'm like in the home stretch trying to get it to connect. Leave it. Okay, good, I did. But like here, you can see where like, oh, that space is tight. That's kind of tight. But it's fine. We're gonna keep going. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of morphing into like one thing. Wipe your tip. Girl, come on. I didn't wipe my tip. I think I just wanted to get it done at this point. Ooh, that didn't connect, I don't think. Alright. And then I give the paper a whirly-woo. And I finish off the other side. I didn't do this initially. Oh, see, this is the part where I got my man. And I was like, does this look pinker than that? But see, that's his hand. Isn't it beautiful? It's almost like he's bossing me around, but I don't think he was. I can't remember. I took the audio out, so I don't know. I still opt to work top down, which is interesting. I didn't know that. What am I doing? Okay, sure. Sure, Jan. I'm just finishing it off. It's no big deal, just, you know. I'm just like taking that tip, giving a little squeeze, finessing it just right so it touches the white Deco whip. Done. Good. I want to do this again. Even though while I was doing it, I was like stressed out. I'm just so close to being done. Okay. And you can tell I'm Filipino because that wooden stick is actually a barbecue skewer, and I used it to clean up the edges, which apparently I chose not to show you. This is me gingerly picking it up and trying not to drop it. So I think it came out pretty well. Takeaways. Take your time. No one's the boss, so you just do what you need to do and get it done. Alright, talk to you later. Bye!